Hello, friends.
Hey guys,
Thanks for coming back for another week of terrible men.
shitty guys.
Shitty guys. We got the shittiest of guys here today. Um,
Not it.
of like the 19th century, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so now having those weird little gas bubbles in my belly that feel like baby kicks. It's
No, no.
so weird. So I saw a reel on Instagram one day from the Humanity Archives, possibly. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
About a Holocaust worse than that. What are you doing?
Filled up my juice.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just hear like click. What the fuck are you doing over there, sir? About a Holocaust worse than that happened to the Jewish people, but less talked about due to who the victims were. Much like the US's cleansing of almost 60 million natives from this land, and Hitler's cleansing of Jewish and other non Aryan people, the genocide of the people of Congo started long before today. When we think of genocides, we tend to think of those listed above, but King Leopold II of Belgium is believed to have killed over 15 million people during his reign over the Belgian Congo.
Jesus.
Yeah. Leopold Louis Philip Mary Victor II was born on April 9th, 1835, to King Leopold I and his second wife, Louise, who was the daughter of King Louis Philip, the reigning monarch in France at the time. Lots of names, lots of French, lots of Spanish, little
Damn, what a
Belgian.
beard.
I had a fantastic. He was an attractive man. I'm like, God damn it. Why do I find all these horrible men attractive?
He had a big, awesome beard.
He really did. Leopold was the second child to the king, but his first brother, Louis Philip, the crown prince, died in infancy.
It's a lot of Louis.
Lots of Louis, lots of Philips. Lots of Louis and Philips. At age 5, as heir apparent, Leopold was given the title of Duke of Brabant in at 5. At 5. Could you imagine Patty becoming a duchess at age 5?
I mean, she pretty much is.
Yes. In 1848, the French Revolution forced his grandfather, King Louis the Philip, to flee the UK. He would pass away in exile in 1850. The French Revolution, the one we need to
Mm,
reenact within this country, right here,
right.
right fucking now. His death had a drastic effect on Leopold's mother, and after contracting tuberculosis, she also passed away in 1850. Leopold was just 15.
It's like a big statue of him.
Mm-hmm. Probably in Belgium,
Probably. It's
because
graffitied.
there's worse things in Belgium.
Hmm.
No offense to any Belgium listeners we may have. Y'all are great. Some of your history's fucking whack. In that one town, y'all know what one town I'm talking about that got that one chocolate? The fuck out of here with that. Practically all of Leopold's family was somehow tied to nobility and monarchies. Quote, Leopold's sister Charlotte became Empress Carlotta of Mexico in 1864.
Damn.
The British monarch at the time, Queen Victoria, was Leopold's first cousin, as was Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, since Leopold's father, Albert's father, Duke Ernest I of Saxe Coburg Gotha, and Victoria's mother, the then Duchess of Kent, were all siblings. End quote.
Wow.
So
Bunch of rich people.
Queen Victoria and Prince Albert were first cousins.
Hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, y'all can fight me on this if you want to. I think somehow Queen Elizabeth and the Queen's consort Philip were also somehow related. That's just a thing in the monarchy. You keep the power within the family.
Oh, it's so gross.
But keep it, I get, like, I kind of get keeping it within nobility, which even then I'm like, whatever, that's stupid. But like, I marry people in other families of nobility. Not your own cousin.
Right.
A Roosevelt's? No? Yeah? No? Okay.
Oh shit. There's a like a Dungeons and Dragons good, neutral, evil,
Hmm.
chaotic, neutral, lawful, neutral, evil, chaotic, evil, with like
Leopold was chaotic evil.
pictures on him. He said they said he was lawful evil, but yeah,
He was, but kind of like, the other guy that we're gonna talk about on the other show, he was so evil that he surpassed lawful,
they
and
said
his own country's government had to be like, "Okay, calm the fuck down."
this is interesting. I'm gonna
So,
see who's on there real quick.
let me
Go ahead.
okay, Leopold joined the Belgian military and was promoted all the way up to lieutenant general. He was also serving in the Belgium Senate at the time. At the age of 18, Leopold was married to Marie Henrietta of Austria, a cousin of the Emperor of Austria and granddaughter to the late Holy Roman Emperor Leo II. Leopold II.
Leo the second.
They were married on August 22nd, 1853, 105 years to the day before my mother's birth, in Brussels. No, wait, that's August, not April. Jesus Christ, y'all. My brain ain't been working right.
She losing it.
Been losing it. The two were an odd pair. Some joked about their marriage being one of a stableman and a nun, with Leopold being the nun. Marie was lively and beautiful and kind to those within her kingdom. She would be called the Rose of Brabant for her beauty. Marie was an artist and musician, but also known for her love of horses. The earlier joke came from the fact that Marie would even groom and care for her own horses, something no duchess or future queen should ever lower herself to do. The couple had 5 children, 3 daughters, and then a son, Prince Leopold, who died at age 9 before after he fell into a pond and contracted
Oh no.
pneumonia. After the couple attempted to have another son, but instead had a daughter, the unhappy marriage ended and Marie moved to Spa in 1895, where she lived until her death in 1902. In 1899, at age 65, Leopold took a mistress, 16-year-old French sex worker Caroline Lacroix. He's 65. She's 16.
So it was a pedo.
He's old enough to be her grandpa.
Jesus.
Great grandpa, really. In this day and age, people were getting married and having babies at 16. That man's old enough to be her great grandfather.
Right.
He was with her until he died, but that wasn't the only woman he was with. But it's the only one we're going to talk about because it's the only one who was even remotely close to being an official spouse of the king.
Yeah.
While they were together, they were unofficial in the eyes of society. Between that and the gifts Leopold lavished on her, money, estates, and even the title of Baroness of Vaughan, Leopold lost much support from his subjects because this was a time, late 1800s, traditions were important. Okay?
Right on.
To the vast majority of society. And if the king, which I, yeah, if the king was stepping, aghast. How dare you do things that we're not allowed to do? Rules for thee and not for me? What?
Sounds like some other thing that's going on right now.
The two would have 2 children together, 2 sons, Lucian Philippe Marie Anton, Duke of Tervuren, Tervuren, and Philippe Henri Marie Francois, Count of Ravenstein, which, what a
Holy
fucking
shit.
title.
That's cool.
Count of Ravenstein.
I'm gonna make a metal band called that.
I see another merch
Count of
in the
Ravenstein.
future. We got the Immortal Mountain Wizard, Count of Ravenstein. Philip the Second-born was born with a deformed hand, which many believe led to one of the most common torture tactics Leopold would later use in the Congo.
Take my strong hand.
Don't do that.
Mm.
It's funny and I still get a chuckle out of it, but I gotta be like, there are people that literally have to live with that.
Yeah,
And imagine how they feel every time somebody makes that joke.
this is true. I
That's
seen a
why
guy.
I kind of went like,
Yesterday?
was Scary Movie after that because I
Was
was
it,
like, mm,
was it yesterday? I seen a dude that he had like the little nub.
yeah,
I said something to him. I was like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" He said, "Pretty good."
yeah.
Uh, shit, I can't remember where it was now.
When I had Patty
I've
at the playground the
I've
other
done a
day,
lot in the
there
past
was a
couple of
van
days.
full of disabled kids. It was Thursday when I picked her up for her birthday. There was a van full of disabled adults actually at the playground. And it was really funny because one of them was sitting there in a wheelchair. And I'm not saying that she was funny because she had a disability.
Hmm.
I'm saying that the situation was funny because she would make a noise. She'd go, ah! And every single one of the kids just stared at her.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Please don't say
Patty was really nice to a dude in a wheelchair not too long back.
anything. Yeah.
He was at the park. He was a little person,
Yeah.
but like I'm not sure if he had feet because like he
Mm.
was in a wheelchair too.
He may have
So
been
he
an
was,
amputee
yeah, he may have
or
been.
disabled.
But she went up to him because she thought a dog was cute. And
Oh,
he let her play with his
stuff like
dog.
that she doesn't pay attention to whatsoever.
Yeah,
I think because we've so normalized that. I mean, she has a disabled parent. Like
she
we've
uh
so
she
normalized people with disabilities. It's just like, yeah, some people use wheelchairs, some
she
people
like
use a
asked
cane, some people have a prosthetic leg.
she asked about him later, and like her only question was, "How is he walking?" And I was like, "Well, he's still got nubs. Like he can still like get
Yeah.
around. He was just doing it on the grass, not the concrete. Like,
Yeah, probably feels good,
yeah,
honestly, walking on
probably.
grass like that. All right. Leopold and Caroline would marry in a religious ceremony just 5 days before he died, but since they did not have a civil ceremony, under Belgian law, their marriage was not valid. Along with Leopold's title, he was also appointed a sub lieutenant in the army at age 5.
Hmm, that's no good.
Sir.
What the fuck?
He would, once he reached the legal age, serve in the army until 1865 when he became the king.
I will crush you with my Legos.
Honestly, like kids would probably be better like politicians and like military. Be like, why don't you just
Probably.
ask them to not do that? Just ask real nice. That's like it is, you know?
Yeah.
In 1855, he began his political career at age 20 when he became a member of the Belgium state. The Belgium Senate. He was very active in the Senate and pushed for more development and trade. Over time, he began to promote colonization on an international level. He traveled a lot between 1854 and 1865, going to India, Egypt, and countries on the Mediterranean coast of Africa before his father passed away on December 10th, 1865. On that day, at the age of 30, Leopold became the King of Belgium. His goal for his country was laid out in a letter to his brother Prince Philippe. Philippe? See, there's like Philip, and then there's like a Philip with one E, then there's Phillips with two E's, and then there's like Philip with one I, with one L. There's a lot of Phillips, and they're all spelled different. I don't get it. It's all Philip.
Right.
Quote, the country must be strong, prosperous, therefore have colonies of her own, beautiful and calm, end quote.
Calm, huh?
Now, here's the thing within Belgium, Leopold was a calm, fair, and righteous leader,
Yeah.
ruler. He was very nice. There were several political developments that marked his reign. The Liberals governed Belgium from 1850 until 1857 until 1880. During their final year, they passed the Ferre-Orban Act of 1879. Quote, this law created free secular compulsory primary schools supported by the state and withdrew all support from Roman Catholic primary schools, end quote. But that would be short lived as the Catholic Party gained majority in 1880 and 1884 restored state support to Catholic schools. That's strange. It's like
Christians.
wiping out the Department of Education or something.
Right.
In 1885, various smaller parties combined to create the Labor Party. Due to increased social unrest and pressure from the Labor Party, male suffrage was adopted in 1893. During this time, workers gained the right to form unions. Children under 12 were not allowed to work in factories.
What the fuck?
Children under 16 were not allowed to work at night. Children under 21 were not allowed to work under, or women, excuse me, women under 21 were not allowed to work underground.
In the mines.
Which, like, I guess because we have babies and, like, people died a lot underground.
Yeah, I don't know.
Literally, the only thing I can think of is, like, sexism.
Right.
And workers gained the right to workers' compensation and Sundays off. There's a lot more than that Leopold did than that to me just isn't that important, like, politically within Belgium.
Hmm.
What we're really here to look at today is what he did in what is now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Right.
At the time, Leopold used explorer Henry Morton Stanley to lay claim to the area. In 1878, Henry set out to meet a Dr. Livingstone deep in the Congo rainforest.
Dr. Livingston.
This mission was at the behest of Leopold and his International African Society. Motherfucker, what? While the men were being hailed as brave explorers, they were really cutting a path for Leopold's men to come in and set up shop. All this was under the guise of bringing Christianity to the natives.
Yeah. And we all know what that means.
Y'all wonder why so many black folks are leaving the church and going back to their African spiritual practices? Because this is how we got fucking sucked into Christianity to begin with.
Yeah.
Shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
No.
At the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, his claim was authorized, quote, by committing the Congo Free State to improving the lives of the people, end quote. Guess what, folks?
Oh, man.
They didn't need their lives improved.
No.
There's a fun thing. Everybody's like, oh, whenever the European countries leave these little countries, they're like shitholes and it's so bad. Well, when you strip a land of its resources and exploit its people to the point of famine and disease and death,
It's even worse.
yeah, it gets fucking worse.
More seatbelt.
And even if they did, that's not what Leopold had planned. It's not. That's not what he fucking had planned.
Right.
This was not a claim staked by a colonial government on native land. While they did lend him the initial capital to start his venture, this was one man staking claim to a whole fucking country.
Right.
Once he paid off his debt to the Belgian government, all the profit was his. All of it.
Yeah.
Of course, all quote unquote government departments within the Congo were ran by Belgians. The army, religious leaders, all Belgian. We've seen this before in the US and in South Africa. White people go in and claim a land that is already inhabited by a people, then exploit them to rape the land of her resources.
Yeah.
Leopold began his conquests by making alliances with local powers. The first was tip up tip. Tip
Tip.
tipu. Tipu tip. There we go. Tipu tip. A slave trader in the area. Tip had a large operation and sent regular shipments of enslaved people and ivory down the coast. Since Leopold was pretending to end slavery and free the natives under the banner of Christianity, it was awkward at first when the two men met. But over time, the two began to work together, and Tip was appointed a provincial governor in exchange for staying out of Leopold's way. But Tip did much, much more than that. This new alliance left him feeling like there would be no consequences, so he ramped up his exports. But his activities caught the attention of European powers who pressured Leopold to end the relationship. So what does Leo do? Instead of just going like, "Hey, dude, you need to calm the fuck down," he goes, "Okay." So he raises an army of Congolese people and sends them out to fight against Tip and his army. After years of battles and bloodshed, Leopold's forces had ran Tip and his fellow slavers out of the country.
Mm.
So now there's no competition at all whatsoever. Full stop. King Leopold II of Belgium has full reign over the Free State of Congo.
Right.
At first, Leopold made a fortune off the ivory exports. People wonder why we don't have more effluents in Africa and why they keep slipping onto the endangered list.
Yep.
Thank Leopold for that.
Yep.
He would have his people set up large hunts for elephants where they would be herded past a raised platform where a bunch of white dudes with rifles would be waiting.
Mm.
Then in the 1990s, the price of rubber went sky high, and Leopold forced the native people to harvest and process the rubber. To save time on clear cutting the old growth forests, he would have a village cleared of its inhabitants either by enslaving them or killing them. Once the industry shifted to other countries, the few people that were left in the villages would just be abandoned.
Mm.
So, yeah.
It's horrible.
I'm so numb to this shit. I have to be numb to this shit. I really have to be numb to this shit because there's this fire in the belly and it wants to burn out of control and I can't let it. He used a mercenary force to run his empire, and each of the quote unquote officials were paid by commission, encouraging them to get as much product as possible as quickly as possible. Not meeting one's quota would be punishable by death and or having one of their hands or feet removed.
Mm.
If they escaped before they received their punishment or they needed their hands and feet for work, the soldiers would cut off the hands and feet of their wives or children.
Jesus.
So, yay. To exact even more control over the Congolese people, Leopold declared that any unoccupied land was state of the property. He then issued another decree stating that natives in a large part of the Free State could only sell their goods to the state. Who would be the ones setting the prices, therefore controlling the income of the native Congolese people? As I had said earlier in the show, conservative numbers are around 1 million people dead from this man's reign of terror, going all the way up to 15 million, with many people coming to a general agreement that he did kill at least 10 million people during this time.
Jeez.
And what's even crazier is he was only there for like 30, 35 years.
Yeah.
Like less than we've been alive.
Killing the whole time.
Just kill him. Just kill him. Because why not? Why not? He wanted the shit that was in the earth, and if they didn't give it to him, what use did he have for them?
Right.
Before Leopold,
Saruman.
yeah,
That's
got
who he looks like, is Saruman.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Before Leopold got his dirty hands on the Congo, there was an estimated 10 million people living there. Many of them were killed or died from smallpox or the sleeping sickness, which I looked it up. It's a really weird, um, I want to say, disease that comes from a specific parasite only found in like certain parts of Africa.
I wanna say I heard about that on, like, Hamilton, where they were, like, eating, fish head soup, and it would, like, make you real drowsy, like you were, like, getting drunk off of fish head soup, and
No, this was like a mosquito.
hmm,
Yeah,
they said it had something to do with the neurotoxins in the fish,
but they
but
would just like fall asleep and then never wake up.
hmm,
And we know they were killed due to the 1924 census that noted a population of 10 million people with no records of an influx of refugees to the surrounding areas.
hmm,
When the horrors of Leopold's crimes came to light, the cry for justice did not come from a place of care for the people for the Congo either. Don't get that shit twisted.
Yeah.
No, instead, like Lincoln with the Emancipation Proclamation, the initial alarm was raised by countries that had a vested interest in the rubber industry, like Britain and the US.
Right.
And if anybody goes, what do you mean, like Lincoln in the Emancipation Proclamation? He himself said that if he could have ended the Civil War without freeing the slaves, he would have.
Yep.
But it was costing too much money.
Yeah.
So wait till I do Lincoln, guys. It's gonna be fun. Leopold was forced to hand over control of the Congo in 1908 to the Belgian government. The name was changed to the Belgian Congo, and a few new laws were introduced, but rarely enforced. For one, it technically became illegal to randomly kill native Congolese citizens. Technically.
But it still happened.
Also, the administrators who oversaw the resource industries were no longer getting paid on a commission basis, but instead would only be paid on quote unquote satisfactory completion of their term.
Mhm.
But of course, these quote unquote laws.
Oh, shit.
Oh no. Did I lose you?
Yeah, I think he lost me. Hold on.
Let's see.
I got
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I got
you're
it.
back. Okay. Hey, we're back.
Back.
Forget that bitch. I know that we're hitting the 30-minute mark. Ian's phone cuts off.
Yep.
Um, Leopold had begun continued, let's see. But of course, these quote unquote laws were all just for show, and the horrors Leopold had begun continued long after he was removed from power. Profits from the industries in the country would go to people and the corporations outside of the Congo up until their independence in 1971. Unfortunately, I don't know where that accent came from. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
unfortunately, the corruption has not ended just because they got their independence. Long after Belgium left the country, many of the systems they had in place have continued on, and they have yet to have a government that cared about the people. In the 1990s, the Great African War swept across the country, killing another 6 million or so people. In 1997, the Kinshasa government was overthrown and replaced with a government that was just as bad, if not even more violent. But while the government may be an independent one, the resources of the land are still quote unquote owned by entities outside of the Congo.
Mm.
Despite living in the most resource rich country in the world, almost all of the people, almost the whole country live in poverty. Compared to the US, Congolese people, quote, are 12 times more likely to die in infancy, have a life expectancy of 23 years shorter, make this one threw me for a fucking loop. Make 99.24% less money.
Wow.
Imagine making 99.24% less than what you make right now.
That's horrible. Why even work?
What the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
Well, you have to, or
You get offed.
spend 99.83% less on healthcare and are 83%, 83.3% more likely to be HIV positive.
Jeez.
And there is an ongoing crisis with their neighbors in Rwanda, which is wild considering Rwanda had their own fucking genocide in 1994.
Yeah.
Can you guess who's funding the genocide of Rwandan people killing Congolese people?
Mm-mm.
You want to guess?
Walmart?
I'm sorry. That was that was
I mean, just a guess.
the same people who are funding the genocide of the Palestinian people.
Israel?
Us.
Oh, okay.
Our own federal government.
Yeah.
See, once rubber shifted out of the country, they then harvested uranium
Gotcha.
during the atomic age.
Yeah.
At least 80%
1960s.
of the uranium used in the bomb dropped on Hiroshima came from one mine in the Congo.
Yeah.
Since then, we, meaning the US government and the general population of planet Earth have been harvesting cobalt, copper, and lithium.
Yep.
I add the general population into that equation because we as consumers are feeding into the capitalist machine
Yep.
that is doing the harvesting.
And we don't have to.
You go lease a new car every 2 years? Why you do that? You don't need to do that. You don't need a new fucking car. You go get a new phone every year? Why you do that? You don't need a new phone every year. You wanna upgrade your computer every year? Why?
Plus,
If it still works, don't get a fucking new one.
well, and see, this is where we need a government that needs to work for us. Like, instead of, you know, going to these mines and stripping all the resources and stuff like that, we have mines. Like, there's a
Well,
copper mine that's not but, I don't know, probably 15 miles from our house.
don't worry, I'm pretty sure they're gonna open up a new, lithium mine in Tennessee, maybe, so that's fine,
There you go. Like,
that's
I
fine.
mean,
They do that there. But you know why they're doing it?
why?
Because they have to pay people here $20 an hour
Right.
plus benefits. In the
Plus
Congo,
paying back. Plus actually be, like, held accountable for how much they're polluting the land,
have to deal with the
have to
EPA,
clean
have
it
to
up.
deal with regulations.
Right.
You go over to the Congo, you can pay people 50 cents a day. You can pay a 5-year-old 50 cents a day, and if they
And
die,
just
oh
dump the
well,
shit
there's
in the
more.
river.
Just dump it in the river, who cares?
Yep.
We don't actually live here, so we don't give a fuck about the land.
Yep.
We don't give a fuck about the people.
And that's where it needs to change. Like, it really does.
Our phones, computers, even the batteries in your kids' loud ass toys are all powered by resources currently today in 2025 being harvested from this land.
Yep.
Now, if that was done by the Congolese people, with it benefiting the Congolese people, great.
Yep. And us cleaning it up.
But again, the Congolese population makes 99% on average less than we do.
That's crazy.
99%.
Yeah.
I make $17 an hour. That means they would make point 17 cents.
Yep.
17 cents an hour.
Yep.
You're not even going to make $1 in a day. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so mad. Ah!
Yep.
Ever wonder why some countries are shitholes? This.
Yep.
Europeans find land and decide to keep it, then rape it for its resources and leave the natives with nothing. Most recently, and I looked this up, it's in the fucking source notes. Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos are both backing cobalt metals to acquire the Monono lithium mine, one of the largest lithium deposits in the world for batteries for a server
Yeah.
and other electric vehicles.
Right.
What started as one man's personal bank account has now become a bank account for many more men who need no more money. Leopold opened the door to the resources of the Congo, and for over 150 years, the native people of the land have suffered horribly for it. What makes things even worse in my mind is how some people are so flippant about what Leopold did and what the Congolese people are still going through. In Belgium, once again, today in 2025, you can find chocolate shops that sell a special, pretty unique to Belgium chocolate candy. Chocolate hand.
What the fuck?
I hope and pray that most people who buy them and consume them do not understand the history of Leopold.
Right.
For some people of the town, they claim that for the people in the town of Antwerp, where they are most common, it is allegedly tied to the legend of a giant that lived by the river and charged a toll to travelers. Those who refused to pay the toll had their hand ripped off and thrown into the river. According to the legend, a hero named Brabo killed the giant and threw his hand in the river.
Hmm.
but I have a hard time believing there is no link to Leopold and the horrors he committed in the Congo. Belgium,
Right.
like many other European countries and the United States, had human zoos where they shipped people from foreign countries to be placed on exhibit. Belgium, however, was the last country to do so, importing Congolese people to Brussels for the World's Exposition in 1958,
Wow.
the year my mother was born,
Yeah.
67 years ago.
It's
Your
not
dad
long.
was 3.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. Your father was alive, and these people were still shipping people from the Congo to live in fucking Brussels in a fucking zoo.
That's crazy.
In a zoo!
Yeah.
And listen, I'm all for tradition and heritage, but, like, you're not gonna go to Berlin and find swastika chocolates.
No.
Um,
The Germans are actually very ashamed of that part of history.
most of them,
Most of them.
not all. Um, there are some things we have to just let go of so we can move forward and evolve as a species.
Yeah.
Alright, Bill, so thoughts on Leopold and the Congo?
Dude, it was brutal. It's crazy.
Yeah, damn. I'm like, I can't deal the atrocities of these white people I was never told about in school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, what is it? I'm kinda taken back to, like, why they taught us about Hitler, but then they never taught us about this dude because this dude killed, like, way more people,
Because those people were black.
and they were brown. Like, yeah.
That's the same reason why, on our next episode, we're gonna talk about Christopher Columbus. We all did a fucking play in elementary school for this bastard.
I know, right? Like,
Like, you
they
can't
taught us in school that he was some sort of hero, and he is
and
definitely not a hero.
because it's not like we went into Germany and started harvesting all the natural resources out of the land. Germany is Germany. Germany is controlled by Germans. It's German, it's Germany, it's Germany. We don't have anything to do with that.
Right.
Yes, the Congo technically is independent. We still got our fucking hands all up in that goddamn country.
Oh, yeah.
Got our fucking grubby hands in that fucking pie. And so we have to be like, oh, well, he was a good guy and he was just trying to help them poor savages. Look how they're living now.
Well, that's the whole reason that we're
Well,
into the Middle East. Like, nobody wants to admit it,
I
but
really
I
wonder
guarantee you that it's because of the coal over there.
I want to know who no, not I wanna know. I would love to go back in time with social media. Could you imagine? Nobody would have got away with any of the shit in
Nope.
the age of social media. Like, it would have been everywhere. Everybody, "Oh, Leopold, Belgium, he's so great. Look at all the ivory and the rubber and all this shit he's bringing back." But then you got, like, the Congolese people like, "He chopped my kid's fucking foot off.
Yep.
The fuck you talk He chopped his
Oh,
fucking
man,
foot off."
there'd be riots. I mean,
Like
I'm sure there's protests going on right now for the Congo.
like, there'd be
There
there'd
was
be more wars. There are, but
in
not
fact
enough.
like, so, like, you haven't been the first person to tell me about the Congo.
Mhm.
I've heard it somewhere else on the YouTubes,
Well, I mean,
and
the Congo is something that's been going on since 18
yeah,
whenever,
right.
you know?
I never knew the history of it, though.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like, I wasn't taught
I
about
knew
the
what was
history of
going
it.
on now, but I didn't understand how we got to this point, and
Right.
we always got to this point because of fucking white people. I'm sorry, Europeans, full stop. Europeans, that's why. You wanna know who's really fucked up in history? Europeans.
And rich people.
Rich Europeans,
It's always the
mostly.
rich people that are fucking causing genocides.
Always, always. Oh, but indigenous people used to sacrifice each other and eat each other, okay, and that was their culture, okay? They were sacrificing somebody because they wanted to appease the sun god so they could eat through the winter.
Yeah,
They weren't doing it just so they could fucking rape and pillage the land and enslave people.
right.
Well, they had slaves. Yeah, sure they had slaves, And 75% of those times, those enslaved people could work their way into being a community member.
Right.
So fuck out of here trying to justify this bullshit and the bullshit going on in the world right now. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
She fired up.
I'm telling you, I'm so pissed after doing these 2 episodes. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us again today for another example of a greedy white
Yeah.
man. We're gonna go record another episode
Yay.
about another greedy white man. I hate your species so much. Just not you. You're great. I love you though.
I know.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good couple of weeks, and we will see you guys later.
Be kind to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.